Today, our new crew of rookie sailors will find out what boat life is really like.
No?
In case you missed it, we recently invited a new crew of strangers to live on our boat for the next 2 months. Our plan is to sail from Lombok to Singapore, teaching these newbies how to sail along the way. But over the next 48 hours, we will take the crew for their very first sailing lesson and cruise to southern Lombok, where we will be hosting an epic boat party named Flochella. It sounds weird. It's gonna be crazy, so let's get into it. So the next 24 hours will be hectic. We have the provision, which we know is always a mess. We have so much to teach the crew. And to be honest, I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but you know what? That's friggin' sailing life, so let's do this. Let's provision!
We need to focus.
Catch, fail, catch, fail, you lose.
You're gonna be famous. With all our provisions secured, it was back to the boat. But first, we of course had to stop for a local lunch with our taxi driver.
We got you your croissants. How do we do this? That's the important part.
The most difficult part about provisioning is storing everything. Storage space is always limited on the boat, so sometimes we have to get creative with our organization.
Is there any more?
I like it. Not as good as...
We're finally done.
We're done. And now we're rewarding ourselves with unripened peaches.
No, it's ripe. It's good. Yeah, they're good.
Look at how bendy it is. A peach should not bend like that.
Well, we forgot vegetables, so Mara had to go back.
But did you see the amount of chips we have? So what's there to do now?
We need to...
Make a song.
With less than 48 hours until Flochella, we had to write and rehearse our song that we would be performing live in 2 nights.
Glad I had some minutes to wake up before you started that.
So, we're gonna go on our first sail. We're gonna sail to the south of Lombok. What we teach people is, as we mentioned before,
See one, do one, teach one.
And also try things and then fail, and then you will never fail again doing that same thing.
But
Don't be stupid. So basically, we're just gonna start. You're not gonna get any introduction to anything. We're just gonna go. So, are we ready? Doesn't matter. We're going anyway. So before we even think about moving the boat, the first step is to learn how to check the engine oil level. Next, we turn on the navigation instruments and navigation lights. After that, we prep the mainsail. Then we begin to lift the mainsail. But for this part, I give no instructions and let the rookies struggle. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Flat hands.
I might be doing something that does nothing, honestly. Oh, this is gone.
Is this the same?
Ah, this is the same. What? Yeah, they had to take them. There we go. And now. It's usually something.
Where is this going?
Close this so it doesn't.
Yeah! No?
Yeah, you have to pull here.
Not here.
That one. Sail.
So, do you remember what I said?
Pull the sail down,
What-
because
'cause-
like this is loose.
Do you remember what I said?
No. You say a lot of things. She's laughing. This is totally wrong.
I like how you told us nothing and you're like, figure it out.
Oh wait. All right, let's start your engines.
Okay.
Now we're gonna get off the mooring ball. You're on the helm,
Okay.
so sit here and make sure we don't hit anything.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Including the
Bye.
mooring ball.
It's released.
Release port.
It's released.
Release starboard. Am I actually driving
Okay, we
this
need
thing?
to start, and now we're gonna turn that way because we have the engine on that side. So when you find your heading, find a spot up front that you can aim at.
Okay.
And try to just go straight towards that.
Fair
because if you sit and stare down all the time, you're gonna go there like
Yeah.
this. But if you have a point to look at, you don't correct for every little small
Right.
thing. All right, so we actually got some wind and we got sails. So let's sail. So we start by getting the mainsail up. So the first thing we need to do is to take the jibe preventer off. Next is that we're gonna move the boom into the middle. Okay, attention. Now we're gonna hoist the sail. Yeah. The other person is gonna be picking up the slack first. So as that person pulls, pick up the slack. When the person at the mast can't do it anymore, we wrap this one around.
Here goes another button.
Hold on a bit until we see that it's clear. Okay, go.
It doesn't look like it's moving. It's kind of cool seeing it go up for the first time.
With the mainsail raised, the new crew was officially sailing for their first time. It may not seem like much now, but I can guarantee one thing. This is a moment the crew will never forget. The moment their journeys as sailors truly began. As we made our way south, we dove into the many technical details of sailing. How to use and read the navigation instruments, how to use and adjust the jib, and so on. The first day of sailing is always overwhelming. Too much information for one day, if I were being honest. But what's cool about sailing is that you think you've forgotten everything you learned, but in the moments when you need it, it comes back to you, and you almost surprise yourself with what you knew.
Wow.
That's good.
I didn't think I was going to get to do that, but that's really cool.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so we just oh, that needs to be fixed. I haven't seen a mirror in like 6 hours.
We're done with the first sail.
Figuring out like all the lines and the specific words of all the stuff on the boat is really confusing. But especially if English is not your first language, you just have no idea what this word could mean.
Hopefully, some of the things I told them will stick. Probably not a lot of it yet, but they will get a lot of repetition, so that will be good.
I'm really proud of myself. That's honestly the thing that I was most nervous to do was moor the boat, anchor the boat. I have to confirm. But yeah, I'm actually coming off a high right now, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
I'm curious to see how it feels in like 3 weeks or a month. And I'm excited to see the footage from today and be like, wow, I had no idea. And see the evolution.
Yeah, excited for the next one.
After a long day of learning how to sail, we enjoyed a relaxing dinner and got some much needed rest. Because tomorrow, we throw the most epic boat party of all time. The next day, we had our first slow boat morning together. Boat-like is like a roller coaster. Ups and downs, highs and lows. Some parts go super fast and others seem to stand still. Some days are dramatic and intimidating, while others are incredibly peaceful. We're only 3 days into our trip, but the girls were starting to see what boat life is really like.
We're about to head into land. Our flotilla is a little bit changed up because of wind. We have to do it on land, so it's going to be a pool party. But all the boaters are coming. We're ready. Maybe I should wear my yellow since everyone's like
Bright.
very bright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to change. Okay, anyway, let's go to our flotilla.
There's coldness there, there's karma. There's heat, there's flames, there's lava. Volcanic rock coming.
Surprise!
We're starting to discuss the possibility of taking a completely different route than what we originally planned. The plan was for this season to end up in Singapore, so we go north, spend time in Indonesia, Malaysia, and Singapore. But now we might go to the Seychelles, which is very different, both in terms of how the sail is going to be and where we're going to end up, and how the life for the crew will be. And I think that's what we're worried about the most.
When I initially made the decision to sail around the world with Doc, it was uncertain how long the entire trip would take. There were lots of things up in the air. In between the seasons, I would go home and resume my life in Norway. At first, I was just always excited for the next adventure, but I felt like every time I would leave home, it got harder and harder. Doc and I began to look at the timeline of the trip around the world and realized that it could potentially take 2+ years to finish. That was unless we dramatically changed the route and completely flipped the season on its head.
So originally it was going to be a very short, maybe 1,000-mile journey with multiple stops, so very little sailing. And now the Seychelles are maybe 2,000 or 3,000,
Yeah.
3,000 miles away. And so a very different journey with just lots of long sailing days and only 3 islands to stop at, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
So completely different. They know nothing about it.
Because we started to discuss
haven't
this
decided,
today.
yeah.
Like, it was just a couple of hours ago, and that's what my mind, at least, is a little bit there and not on the party that we're hosting at the moment.
Hosting.
Where we probably should be, because we're going to perform a song soon.
We're so grateful to be your headliners today.
I thought you were doing something different.
But Mara, do you know the lyrics?
No.
Okay,
It's fine, it's fine.
We're floating right here, sipping on our beer, chilling on our boat, staring at our boats.
We won't bore you with the whole song, but let's just say we nailed it.
So the good news is we figured out a way to shorten the trip. The bad news is that it involves changing completely our plans.
And instead of going our planned route to Singapore, we are sailing to the Seychelles.